here, it kind of came to light. It
Oh,
kind of came
thank
to
you.
light that people didn't know even how to create an account. So what I said I would do is kind of take it right back to the basics and walk you through how to create an account and how to follow other people on Instagram, other miniature people, or even anybody you want for that matter. Um, so that's what I thought it would be the best thing to do there. Somebody mentioned earlier this week they thought that I was going to show how to do post, and that wasn't my intention. My intention was more about how to show you how to create an account and how to follow other people on there. Um, I already have an account, so um, I have to use another email address in order to set up another one. So bear with me. I'm hoping this will work. Um, uh, where I'm trying to set up a second account. So if not, we may have to borrow somebody else's email here that might want an Instagram account set up, but we'll try from there. We're going to need to share my window as well. Let me. Can everybody see my account, my screen?
Yes, yes.
So you can see I have my own account right now, which is called So Many Projects. And I also manage the Name Minis account. So those two are there. And this one is tied to my regular email. And this one is tied to a miniatures.org email. So I'm going to try to set up one. But anybody wants to walk along, if they have the ability to look at this screen and also look at another device or split a window, anything like that, you can do that as well. Just to show you, if you're not sure how to split a window, in the top corner here, you'll see there's a little X button, a double box, and then a line. If I did that double box, it makes my screen go in half.
Oh,
So then I can actually open up another tab and drag that tab over so that I have two windows going at the same time.
Oh,
Okay, so one of them can be this Instagram account, this Zoom account, and the other one could be the Instagram account. So if you guys want to do that and try to walk through doing your own Instagram account at the same time, that's probably one of the easiest ways to do it. Okay, I'm just going to close that now because I don't need to do that, but just want to show you how to split it. I'm notorious for splitting screens. I work with 3 screens at work all day long. So when I come home and I'm only working from my laptop screen, I want to see multiple things. So I'm notorious for having 2 or 3 windows open altogether. But at any rate, if you go to simply www.instagram.com, and you'll see that right here. Okay. That's where you have to go to create an account with Instagram. Somebody asked a question recently when I did the session down at the convention. Can I follow people on Instagram without setting up an account? Well, no, you can't. You have to have an account. Simple as that, right? So without it, there's no way to even follow people. And like I say, you don't have to be doing any posts. And I'll show you, I have my own personal account that I have one picture, one post on it, which is my profile picture. And that's the only thing I've ever done on it. But I use it for Instagram. And right now, Instagram versus Facebook, there's more miniature related content on Instagram than there ever is on Facebook. So to set up an account, if you go to Instagram.com, you should see somewhere on your screen to sign up. And you see down here, it got the word sign up. So if I click on that, it takes me to this account, and it's finding some of my old information here. I'm just going to delete all of that. Oh, it still wants to follow me. Literally. So, It's looking through my own information. Okay, so that's what's going on here. So I'm going to do my Outlook email. Oops. And it wants to give me a password. Okay, so I'm going to turn off show And I'm going to create some type of password. I'm going to delete this account right afterwards, but you have to put in your email address. Okay. Actually, I just realized that this is here. I'll put that up here. So it wants a username. So I'm just going to use my own name without a break in it. Okay. Now it's given me, it's created a crazy password. Actually, for now, I'll save that crazy password. Just putting a sticky note here for a second so I can load.
Are you going to show us how to change that silly password?
Yeah, you can put in whatever you want. You can type in anything. So if you've got a password there that you always use all the time, you can start typing that in here right now. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm just going to put back in that crazy one it just gave me. And then I'm going to click sign up. And I'm hoping it's going to let me do this where I already have an account. And it wants to save your password, which will let it do that. It says this won't be a part of your public profile, but it wants your date of birth. So everybody, you're going to know how old I am here now.
Oh, boy, we can blackmail you.
Well, that is, unless, like some of us, you have an online birthday too.
Oh, I've never thought of that, but anyway.
But yeah, I have my online birthday and my real birthday. And that way I always remember the one when I'm online, but it's not mine.
So it just told me that it's sending me a code. Okay. So it's going to send me a code that I have to put in here to confirm it. So in order to do that, I have to go to my Outlook email. And that code is there. You see it? 24068. And I type that in there. And I say next. And it's circling and circling and circling. So I now have an Instagram account, and it immediately gives me a bunch of people that it thinks I want to follow. I don't know who any of these people are. I don't want to follow them at all. Okay. So what I'm going to do instead is go over here to the search screen, and I'm going to put in some things like,
found this on the web.
Sorry about that. My Siri
fine.
decided to talk to you.
It's all good.
That's okay. So you see when I typed in name minis, the first thing that came up was this name minis account. So if I click on that, these are all the posts that we've ever done for name minis. Let me minimize this off the screen a bit. So you can see everything we've ever done in name posts. And you'll recognize them as the same ones that you've seen on Facebook if you have the Facebook group. And just to give you an example, the one for today, and this is, I just clicked on it. So all I did here is click on that one, and it opened it up. And you see there's a little arrow right here. That means there's multiple pictures in this post. So if I click this, it just takes me through all the pictures. Okay. But it just kept me within that one post, and there's everything I said about it. There's a link, but the one thing about Instagram, unlike Facebook, that link does not work. Okay. Instagram has no live link. So unlike Facebook, where you could probably get someone who posts your link to take you to somewhere where you don't want to go, this Instagram doesn't have that. Okay. That's the one thing. And then it has all these, what's called hashtags. We would call them the number sign or the pound sign years ago. Now it's the hashtag. And these are all key words that if there's other people out there looking at miniature stuff, looking for, if we had dollhouse, all that information there, those these could possibly now come up in their timeline. Okay. So we put those hashtags there to be important search words for the algorithm that runs Instagram to share our content with other people. But you see now there's the word follow is there. If I click on follow, now if I go back, right now we're on that name one. If I go back to home, oh, still don't have enough. Let's get a few more there. Let's just type in the word miniatures.
Good boy.
Okay, now we're getting a bunch. Everybody know Bridget McCarty?
Mm-hmm.
She's the one who does all the set scenes from all the TV shows. There's her friends account. Great little miniatures. Fabulous job. Now I can go up and even up here, I can follow her. So let's go back and get another search one. Type in miniatures again. My life in miniatures. Here's another good one. Actually, this one is probably something more that Julia, you'd be interested in this one. We'll put that one in there. It's, miniatures.
Lay down.
Velvet Rabbit Miniatures. This is another one I'm familiar with. And that search box to close. She does great work as well. Very neutral color tones. But again, we can go up and start following her. Search again. Let's put in minis this time. Got some of the same ones again. I had a full list of ones to follow downstairs in my craft room, and I came up over the stairs because my Wi-Fi was not being good. I'm going to go back and try miniatures again. I Need Delights. Here's another good one. And again, this is another one. She does food items. So we're seeing all of their posts here at a glance. Normally in your timeline, you would only see the latest posts that they've done. I'm going to hit follow on that one again. This lady has 17,000 followers.
Mm-hmm.
If you couldn't give somebody the job that you're doing now, what would you think about? How would you feel?
Darren Thomas, everybody knows Darren. Here's his miniature account. So again, I'm going to follow him. So what will happen with time as we pick up more and more people to follow? If I go to the home tab again, you now start to see.
Maybe?
Pardon?
Oh, this is a person talking. If they need to mute.
Yeah, it sounds like a TV going.
Is approved by the U.S. Department of Labor. Twice a year, employees undergo a wage
Who has their news on?
for other employment opportunities. While some workers make
I
below
can't see it here. Oh dear.
others make up to
Just
$10
mute everybody.
And then Wanda, you'll have to unmute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
several on the canteen, two of which she's worked the loom.
There.
Okay, am I muted?
No, we can hear you
Oh.
now.
Okay, because it didn't look like I was muted. So now you see it in my daily timeline. Now things are starting to come up. Okay, because it's looked at the items that I'm following and it's starting to show me different things that so you can see the latest name minis posts. This is one actually was done yesterday, which was about the name National Convention in Franklin. And again, you're not always seeing all the text. You see the word more is there. You got to click on more to read the rest of it. And again, you'll notice that that link is not live. So if you want to go there, you actually literally have to highlight it, right click on it, copy it, and then you have to paste that into another tab on your browser, and it'll take you there. But there are no live links here whatsoever, okay? But you can still see now as I scroll down, and this is what's called the timeline. And one of the things people are really misunderstanding about any social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, they think that because we have 9,000 followers on our Facebook group, if they make a post, all 9,000 people get to see your posts. And that's not the case. The algorithm that runs Facebook and runs the one that runs Instagram, it decides based on a lot of criteria what it's going to show in your timeline. So unless you start to like something or comment on something, and now when you see that box popped up, and you can see somebody asked today, what day is name day? I'm not seeing the date on the post, which is kind of funny because if you look right here, this is October 7th, 2023. And I did answer her. So I told her. But now the moment you click that comment button, you can actually now make a comment yourself there.
Actually, I thought it was Sunday, and that's Saturday.
Is it? Okay, well, you've got me then.
Yeah, because today
No,
is the
it,
The
It is
official
Saturday.
name day is the 7th.
it's
Okay.
always Saturday,
MCC's is the 8th.
right?
yeah.
Say that again.
The official name day with name is the 7th. It's the first
Oh.
Saturday of
Okay.
October.
It's always
MCC's name day is
always-
the
Saturday.
So the actual MCC is on the 8th. Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Frightened me for a second. Okay. And it does tell you again there, you'll see there's a link that tells you if there's no name day in your area, no worries. MCC is hosting one online at 1 p.m. Eastern. And so the date is not there, but I can go back in and edit that and say it's on Sunday. That's not a problem. Thanks for that info, by the way. Nobody else picked that up. But like I say, you now can see all the different things coming up. Because we only like 2 or 3 people, it's limiting the number of things we're seeing in our timeline. Now, one of the things with time, and I'm going to log out of this one now and go to my own, okay? And I'm going to switch and go into so many. I want to show you, because I follow that many more people, I get a lot more things coming up in my timeline. So you can see other names here. And there's a chart that I can post up on the Groups.io that gives you, now you get ads, okay? Ads will come up as well in it. And it's unfortunate, there's nothing, I've done this and tried it for time, gotten in there and say, hide the ad. And I'll say it's irrelevant. I'm not interested in buying clothing. But you'll get 2 or 3 more posts down, you'll see ads again, okay? So the tattooed miniaturist, another guy that I follow. And again, you'll see again the text is cut off. But here's what I'm talking about, a level of engagement. This guy's got 22 comments on that post. And because he's getting all this engagement from people, that puts his posts in more people's timelines, okay? And that's why I keep saying it's so important to like something and to comment. He got 62 likes on that picture, but he's got 16 or 22 comments. And that's so important. So then I go down to ours here. We got 2 likes. Okay, and no comments. So that doesn't push our post into as many people's timelines because of it, right? My miniature abodes is this is the lady Rabina from British Columbia. You can see I reached out to a lot of these people just asking, and she's got 551 likes on this post and 33 comments. And this is probably a good idea to show you as well, because this is a video, what's called a reel in Instagram versus just pictures. And reels will go into more people's timelines than pictures will. And if people remember me in any workshops that were happening in convention, I was running around taking videos of people in every workshop because I wanted to build reels like this. And they don't have to be very big. There's another reel. She's just putting the glass on a, a few things in the dishes, right? But the point is that will get, she's got 2,267 likes. Okay, got another clothing ad. I told you it's hard. And it's so funny because I'm probably the last person who buys clothing online, but for some reason it keeps, and I keep doing that, but they keep coming back. Otterina Miniatures, she has a phenomenal blog as well. But she's just posted on the fireplace mantle she's just building there. This is the lady that's doing the stained glass lamp. I follow her on Instagram. And she does showing some videos of some of the other things she's doing. It looks like a stained glass window. Beautiful.
Yes.
You see all these different people. Now, if you want to, like, let's go back to Esther's posts here. If you want to see more of her work, not just the one thing that came up in her timeline, you can actually click on her name. It tells you she's got 1,156 posts. She's got 25,000 followers, and she's following 432 people herself. So now if I actually click on it, it will take me over to her page, and we'll see every one of her posts. So this looks very similar to our upcoming workshop. We're doing a lamp similar to that. But she does a tremendous amount of videos versus just pictures. Anytime you see this little icon up in the corner of the post, that means it's a video and not a picture or a group of pictures. And you can see almost every one of hers are videos. But you can see she's got like 325 likes on that one, 446 likes on this one. But there's so much to learn. You can see I'm always asking for better quality images. And this is why, because it shows so sharply and brightly when you see these better quality images. One of the things here, she created a video, but you could create a cover picture for your video, and she didn't do it in this case. So we're kind of seeing an odd piece first. Like her lamps are beautiful. I'm just closing it again there. Like I say, this is, I've just over time searched, show you a full list of everybody. Go home again on my account. And I'm going to go to my followers is what I'm looking for. So I'm following 1,115 people. So this is everybody I follow. Lisa's my second person, okay? You can see Debbie Colombo's there. Preble's there. Oops. There's a full list of everybody, and they're all miniature related. You know, I'd be hard pressed. You can see if I hold my mouse over one, you can see a little bit more about them. Anybody have any questions?
No, but I gotta say, for somebody that claimed that you're not an expert, you just taught me more things than I ever knew before about Instagram, ever.
Oh, thank you.
I have a question that goes back to where you started, where you said that you split your screen. I was
Okay.
following along with what you're doing, but I'm using my iPhone. So I
Okay.
don't see where on my iPhone where I split the screen.
You can't, and you cannot.
Yeah,
You
on a
cannot.
phone.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well,
You
that
could do it
sounds
on the
good.
iPad, and you can do it on a laptop or a computer, but you can't do it on your phone.
Okay, because that's the first thing you talked about, and I'm trying
Yeah.
to. Well, I don't see that. Okay.
But yeah, no, that's the one place you can't do it. And I give you an idea, you know, and like I have 538 posts. Here's the interesting thing about my page. I didn't do anything hardly on Instagram at all until I started doing the name page. And I wanted something to benchmark my work against. I wanted to benchmark what I was doing for name against something. So I said, well, I'll start posting for myself. And that'll give me some idea if I'm doing things right. And I have now 1,756 followers. Name has about 1,200 followers. But the reason I grew my own more is because of things like, if I scroll down far enough, let me get an example here.
Wanda, can I interject and ask a question?
Sure.
If you scroll back to your little the skeleton of the house that didn't have any sides on it,
Yeah.
where'd you get those little clamps you braced the corners with?
I bought
See
them at,
those?
yeah, I bought them in dollar stores. I bought them here in Canada. I bought them at Canadian Tire. The last lot I got at my local dollar store for $1 a pack.
Okay.
But you can get them
Thank
at
you.
you get them at any hardware store and things like that.
Okay, thanks
About the
very
dollar
much.
here too.
Yeah.
in the
Just to give
US.
you an idea, like that picture is really old. I built this in 2015, but I was showing somebody there in this that I actually built. You see these folding trellises? I actually took that apart. You can see all the pieces on the floor here. And other than a bit of very thin basswood, I actually built the entire garden shed from the garden trellis.
Oh my.
So it's about $12 worth of wood used in total. That's it there.
Wow.
I was going to go down and show you another post. Like this was one I did off the garden shed again when it was finished. It got 147 likes and 22 comments. So that's why I'm struggling with the name one, because I'm not getting I'm not getting people engaged with it. And you can see it. Look at how many hashtags I did. Like I tried everything, and I hate the word dollhouse because I'm not a dollhouse maker. I'm a miniaturist. And so I always try, but I still stick it in there because I know it will get into the timeline of people that do build dollhouses, right? And that was just, but this is actually real copper that I oxidized, and I literally mixed salt and vinegar together and applied it.
Right.
I built the jig and bent the copper and put it on the roof.
Wow.
And then I poured salt and vinegar on it.
Well, since
That's
we're
how-
looking at your miniatures that were in there, what's the one that looks like a castle that you had? That was gorgeous. It looked like it
This
was
one here.
finished, but yeah,
It's not finished
I
yet.
love
It's made,
that.
it's just
Yeah,
made
that
from
one.
that pink styrofoam, pink styrofoam insulation. That's it there.
Yeah, that
Oh,
what is it? XDS foam.
So I made it look like wood, and I made it look like stone.
Wow.
Like every one of my posts, like this one here, was about using the Cricut. I got 75 likes, and I used the Cricut to build the railing around the roof of the architect's loft. I was trying to scroll down far enough to show you some of the reels.
that chair
Wanda,
is very pretty.
Thank you.
I'm on Instagram and I can't find where it says I've got name. It says recent. I clicked on that, but it doesn't say that I'm following them.
But just go up and click on, if I go back to search and go to name minis again, you can see here it says I'm following them, right? See there?
Uh-huh.
But if I click on name, there's name site up here in the top. See, I have
Well,
the choice.
I'm on my iPad and I didn't have that.
I still should be on your iPad, yeah. Just scroll right up to the top to their, what I call their header block. And by
You
the way,
have
that's the
design
only
of it.
place you can put a link. That's the only thing that's linked. And that takes you to the Create Miniature site. So here, when you hit home, it shows you your timeline. And when you hit on your name, it shows you everything you posted yourself. And like I say, if you don't ever want to post, nothing wrong with that. But the point is, it's the timeline, that home button, where you'll see everybody else's. I was just trying to scroll down far enough to get an example.
Yeah,
Here,
I only
here's a
joined Instagram after Tina McDonald.
yeah,
She did
Best in Miniatures.
yes, but she did a video that she told us about on there that was about doing a book nook.
Yeah.
He was the one that encouraged us to join Instagram. You know, she'd learned all about it from the people on there. So that was the first time I was even brave enough to go there.
So this was a video I put up on Instagram a while back, and it got scroll down to this box here. It's called, it got 301 likes. Okay. But to give you an idea, I'm just going to go show you the difference between the engagement. Let me get rid of that. There, I got rid of it finally. I'm just going to open up Facebook. I got to. Okay, oh, sorry. Got to go into another. It takes me to the name site instead. I got to go to another browser. Can you still see my screen?
Yeah.
And you see Facebook?
Yeah.
Miniatures and many things. This is another miniature group I follow on
I think all
Instagram.
we're seeing is a thing that says share this.
Oh, you're not seeing the Facebook page?
It
Let
just says
me
share this on the
stop
top
share
left.
and share
There
again.
you, now we see you.
Yeah. Hopefully only for a second.
There you go.
Okay, so this is a group called Miniatures and Many Things. I follow them
Oh, I'm on that
Instagram.
too.
Okay, well, I made a post on them. See my group activity here. So I posted this picture of the inside of my architect's loft.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I saw that.
You see here this? I got 1,000 likes
Wow.
and 70 comments.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
But the point I'm trying to make is this group has, let's just go back to this group again, has 453,000 members. And it's because they do so much engagement, that they're liking so much, they're commenting so much, that the group is getting out there and being more recognized. It's the engagement that they're doing that makes them popular. And that's what we're missing right now with the people that are using the name Facebook group and the name Facebook page and the Instagram page, is we're not getting the engagement. And so this is why it's important for everybody to stop sharing again. And
Well,
go
if it
back.
wasn't for Jackie Williams, I wouldn't even know that name had a Facebook. I don't remember seeing anywhere that it says you guys have one.
But we post all the time about it in, we've done 2 sessions now on Sorry, I'm just trying to find my Instagram page. I think it might be here somewhere.
Mhm.
Yeah, here it is. Everybody see the Instagram again?
Nope, see
Nope,
you.
still see you.
Okay.
When you have a minute, Esty has some questions.
No,
Okay.
thank you, Barbara. It's okay. I figured it out.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I do have one question. How do you get rid of something that you don't?
How do you get rid of what?
How do you get rid of something you don't want?
On Instagram?
Yeah.
I think what she means if you're following somebody, how do you get rid of them? Is that what you
So-
mean?
No, not.
Esty?
Oh, it only comes on your timeline if you're following them or if you looked at them.
No, sometimes they'll give you suggested follows too.
Right.
But if you
So
don't
how do
want
I
to
get
see,
rid of that?
so you see the three dots?
Yeah.
Click on the three dots, unfollow
Okay,
or
good.
report,
Okay.
or if it's somebody
Where is the three dots?
right here, see where Arena Miniatures is?
Oh,
If I go
okay, yeah.
see the three dots
Okay.
there. I'm just going to scroll down until I get a suggested post.
Okay, then there was also on top, there was all those circles. What are those?
These are called stories. So sometimes people put posts up that are only for an instant in time. They usually last a day. So, Rabina has done a story here. So you see it here. This will last. That's the same truck video we saw earlier.
Right.
These will only last for 24 hours and they will go away.
Oh, okay.
Whereas the other ones you saw, we could click on that person and see, and you can see there's stuff coming up now. I don't follow these people, but there's suggested
Right.
things coming
So,
up.
uh-huh.
But that's what those are
Okay, and to
stories.
follow and to see what someone to see that more from that person, you click on
Just
their
click
name.
on their
you say.
name. Just click on their name.
Just click on their name.
So that's
Okay.
everything that Adarine has done.
I see. Okay, that I didn't know how to do. I was like, okay, and then I had one more. Can you go
Yeah.
back up a second? To see what they. Oh, where do you have your list? I know you showed it here, but is that the only place of list of everything you follow?
Yeah.
On
So I can
your
I can
name over
have it
there?
posted up on Groups.io with the links, so you can just link on it and it'll take you to it. But for me here, what I'm following is right here. You see 1115
And
following.
then you
If
would
I
click on.
click
yeah.
on that, and so another thing I can do, you see people's up here. So that's the people I'm following, but I can also click
Mhm.
on hashtags, and I'm following Creates Yearline Challenge. I'm following Windows of Instagram. So there's miniature shops, mini wallpaper, room boxes. So these are hashtags that I'm following. So when somebody uses the hashtag 12th scale, it will come up in my timeline. Okay.
Wait, and so if you click on a hashtag, that's gonna come over there?
Yeah. If I went to,
Let's go to
let me
someone's post and, yeah,
okay. So if I went down to,
Yeah.
let's see if so if I clicked on Dollhouse Miniatures,
yeah.
okay, give me a second. Everybody that's used that hashtag
Oh.
is now coming up here.
Well,
And now I can follow that hashtag. So now everybody who
show
have
me,
used,
go follow, oh, then you go follow.
yeah.
Oh, how
So let's do
cool.
another one. Let's go to Name Minis. And if I click on Name Minis,
Mhm.
I can now click on that hashtag. So anytime somebody else does a post, like the Philadelphia Miniature at a name
Mhm.
night, so they put a hashtag Name Minis in there. So
Oh,
okay, so anytime anybody puts that hashtag in their work, it will show here. So I can go up now and click on follow that. I actually do
So you-
follow that name
So
minis
you,
one, but
so you're being up, you keep updated. That's how you keep updated on what's
Yeah.
being.
yeah, that's how I've gotten to be following 1,115 people.
Very cool. Okay, great. Thank you.
No problem. And you can also click on everybody that's following me. And if I don't like some of the stuff they do, like some of these people, I don't
Yeah.
follow some of these people follow me, but I don't follow them because they don't have anything. They have no posts, nothing, right? And
Okay,
that's fine,
right.
right? That's why I said to all of you, you don't have to do a post if you don't want to. This girl Pam is just there to follow other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that. But
Same
if there
here.
was some, if
Wait,
there was
if you
someone that was
remove her, 1
doing,
minute, if you remove her, you removed her?
pardon?
Did you
No,
just
no,
remove
no,
her? Oh.
no, I did. No, she's still there.
Oh, you didn't. Okay.
But if there was someone, say, that was following me and they were putting comments on my posts that I didn't like, I could go in and click and remove them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, we all have, so this is everybody. This will go on. And you can see there's a lot following me that have no profile pictures. They're not doing any. If I lay my mouse, they got one follower and they're following 22 people. They don't do any posts. They just want to look, right? And there's
Right.
nothing wrong with that, right? So you'll see there's a lot like that. You can see there's a lot of people following me that I don't follow. You see the blue button come up to follow them, right?
Oh,
And a
blue
lot
means
of,
you follow them.
pardon?
No, blue means you don't follow them.
Blue means I don't follow them, and it's suggesting that I do.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. But like I say, when I go to my timeline many times, there's things there that I don't follow, but it's given me a suggestion to follow them. Okay.
Mhm.
And I wish I could find one right now, and it
Yeah.
usually does that more so in the beginning when you don't have a lot of followers. No. Sorry, nothing there coming up. Wish it did. But anyway, like I said, that I can post a list of all that. It won't be all 1,156 that I follow, but it'll be a list of the ones that are the biggest. Okay. And there are some here that are really, really big, numbers of people that are following. Actually, I got a list. Let me grab it. So that was them. That was the wrong book. The book is still downstairs. Sorry. I had it all ready to show when I moved because of my internet. I didn't take the stuff with me. It's downstairs. But like I say, there are people on here that have 500,000, 750,000 followers doing miniatures. Any more questions?
When people make comments or if they ask questions, that's when you might respond back.
Exactly. You see the heart over here with the red dot on it? That
Mm.
means that somebody's either, if I hold my mouse over it, it usually will say so many comments. I just got so many likes again. So I made a post earlier here tonight and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I can't stop counting. But there's a good 15, 20 likes on it since I made this post by 7 o'clock tonight, my time. And like I say, I got a new follower 4 hours ago. I got another new follower 8 hours ago. And here you can see the comments. So someone said, wonderful work. That's great. That was great thinking. They're talking about where I use the, go over to it, where I use the trellis to make the garden shed. And if I scroll down here, I can see all the posts. Now I have to go in and I usually reply to every one of them. These were only today, so I haven't gotten the chance to go in and reply to them. But I can see the reply button here. I click on reply, and down here, it tagged her for starters, so she'll see it. And now I can say, thanks for the kind remarks.
Cool.
And hit post. And now my comment, my thank you is back to her. And because she's tagged in it, it'll come up in our notifications now. Okay.
Great.
You can see what happens though when you have a low resolution image, and that picture, like I said, was from 15 years ago, and it wasn't great quality picture. So it's a bit blurry, but even that one's blurry. But some of the pictures I took later on when it was getting finished, you see the quality has improved by the time it got there. And, it's so important with Instagram and Facebook to have really high resolution images. Any more questions?
Are there size limits? I noticed very brief videos and things like that.
With Instagram, you're limited to 10 pictures, and I've used images as high as 2 megabytes. Does everybody understand what a megabyte is, or a kilobyte, or?
No.
Okay, let me go to my pictures. Let me open up. I know you probably can't see this again, but.
Yeah, I've been dealing with computers since we used to only have bytes.
I'm just going to unshare and share my screen again. So this is my folder with all my pictures of my garden shed pictures in there, okay? And so you can scroll and you can see each one, but if I right click on this and click properties, can everybody see the little box that popped up?
Yes.
So it says that this picture is 745 kilobytes. So a megabyte is 1,000 kilobytes. That's still a pretty good picture, okay? And you see this file is what's called a JPEG file. For Instagram and Facebook, you need either JPEG files or you need what's called a PNG file. So that's the two things you need. You can't use PDFs, you can't use Word, things like that. They got to be one of those two types of files. Like I said, that one's 745 kilobytes. You even tells you what day I took the picture, last time I used it, created, modified it, whatever. Everything it tells you there about that picture. Might be even videos here. Let me scroll down and see if I can find a video. I took this garden shed outside and did pictures from the outside. I don't think that's a video. No, still, that's some of my pictures are up in the cloud. This is what you do when you cut styrofoam for your garden shed with a black sweater on. It won't come. It's still up in the cloud. It's so old. I used to write a blog back then. That was my joke that day. Never cut white styrofoam wearing a black sweater. I think sweater had to go in the garbage.
Oh.
Oh, I'm trying to find one that will. Okay, so that's a nice big crisp picture. I literally took it outdoors to take it. But if I look at that size of that picture now, so I go down to properties. Oh, still only 514 kilobytes. So it is still, which is a half a meg, and a half a meg is fine. For anything from a half a meg to 2 megs is fine for pictures. It's when you want to get into finding something as detailed as the worms on the ground. No, it's not going to come up. Sorry, I should be paying attention that it's got a cloud by it. There was my mixture of salt and vinegar. That's what I turned the copper with. I brushed that on. That's blue, by the way, now today. The liquid actually turned blue with time as well. And I could find a video.
Do any pixels when you're dealing with quarter inch scale though isn't always good. You get to
No.
see all the
Yeah.
imperfections.
And most of my work is 1-inch scale, so it's not the same issue that you have with 1/48 or smaller. Any other questions? Did you learn anything?
I just
Oh,
wanted to say
Dawn,
thank you
yeah.
so much. It's
Learn
wonderful.
tons. Yes, thank you.
Amazing.
A
Yeah.
whole unknown world to me.
You did a really wonderful job of
Yeah.
you know, explaining things too, you know, with like
Yeah.
the bytes, kilobytes, you know, megabytes, etc. That was really great because I know a lot of people don't have any idea.
Yeah, like I've been sent pictures to post for a name, and they've been like 12 kilobytes. You know, they're too blurry, right? They're so low resolution that they're simply not going to look good up on a post. And many times I end up doing collages of pictures on one post because all the pictures I had were tiny. And now when you're posting, here's the interesting thing: when you're posting on a website, smaller resolution pictures are better because the website moves faster. But when you're doing it on social media, a larger picture is better. A larger resolution is better.
Mm.
Okay. Any more questions? Everybody's too quiet.
It was
Oh,
really amazing.
That
We may
means you
not
did
know
a
what
good
questions
job.
we need to
Yeah.
know.
I see
Um,
some more chat questions there. Oh, that was Essie said. Okay.
Is there only PNG or JPEGs? If you have
Yes,
other format, is there is it possible to change them to one of the others?
you can. Yeah, you can open them in something like Paint. Anybody familiar what Paint is?
Hmm.
Okay, every computer has Paint on it.
Every Windows computer has Paint
I
on.
should say that you're absolutely correct. I'm so used to using a desktop computer, not an Apple, a Mac, and it's different. But every non-Apple computer has Paint, and you can open the picture in Paint or one other type of image software.
And I'm sure Max has something very similar too.
I'm sure it does, yeah. And you
You
just
could also-
resave. Pardon?
You could also there's a free. I was trying to get the Create logo
Yeah.
for Marty, right? Was it you, Marty, that I was trying to do it for you on your thing? And it was
Yes.
in a PNG, and I needed in a I forgot what I needed it in, and
A
I went
JPEG?
to no, it didn't want a JPEG. It wanted something else.
you need it as a JPEG.
I did do it as a JPEG. Anyway, I went on a
No, I sent it to you as a JPEG.
right, no, so right, you sent it as a JPEG and that didn't work. It still needed something else. So I went
really?
online and asked, what do you need to do it to click on it that it'll open up a site, and it told me, and then it converted it for me.
So
Oh,
it need to be a link.
Yeah, and there's lots of things that are free online for converting.
Yeah,
Just keep in mind that
but you have to be careful, right? I know.
no, it's not
Yeah.
that. It's the copyright thing. A lot of
Yeah.
places like that, it's little print, but basically they're telling you that if you do something on there, they have the right to that picture.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh,
So it's
And I
something
had-
to keep in mind.
maybe I
Yeah,
should have
I
read.
had that happen
but-
when I was doing posts for the dealers at the convention. And just one of the dealers just didn't know that the picture she was giving me, which was of her own stuff, but somebody else had taken those pictures from another show, and they were the copyright of that other person. And she sent me the pictures, I posted them, and the person who ran the show contacted me. She was really, really nice about it. And she said, those are my images. And so as long as I gave her credit for it, she was fine, right? But It was just the other person didn't know, right? And I'm always a dead, for me, when somebody would send me pictures of their table at the show, I would always worry then who took that picture, right? Because it was clearly at a show, right? But when it was just off their work, I didn't realize that it was somebody else's, right? would have had no idea, right?
But yeah, it's just a silly little subtle thing on that's why they offer the free stuff, is because then they can get a lot of images.
Yeah. And people put watermarks and things like that on them as well. I see a lot of that when I scroll down through that. They've got their name embedded on the picture, and that's because they don't want anybody to use it. Here's another interesting thing about Instagram versus Facebook. Maybe I can go back and just show you this one thing. Share my screen again. So if I was on Facebook, here we are, and I saw a picture of these beds, I can click on it, it gets bigger. I can right click on it, and I could save that image of this person's, work that they did. If I'm over on Instagram, I can't click on make that bigger. You can see I clicked and liked it. I can't right click on it, and there's no option to save it. You have no ability to.
Because there's no links, as you said already.
Yeah. Now there
And
are
also
ways around it. There are ways around it. Like I have something called a snipping tool.
Snipping tool from Microsoft.
I don't.
Yeah. So I can say new, and I can click and crop that picture, and now I have it. If I go back to my snipping tool now, there I've got, and now I can save that picture. But I got things like the arrows showed up in there and things like that, right? But Instagram really, really stops people from trying to take your work.
Pinterest also.
And Pinterest, the same thing as well. Well, Pinterest will let you download the picture, though.
Actually, Pinterest doesn't really. No, it
saves to itself.
No, I can.
No, Pinterest is actually extremely open. That's a lot of problems with Pinterest.
Yeah.
Anybody can post anybody's stuff on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I never saw how to download.
Requests that it be taken down too, though. Let me just show you Pinterest and the ability to.
Yeah, how do you download? I don't know how to do that. I can only save it to Pinterest itself.
No, a lot of pictures.
In mine,
right click and save that.
Can everybody see my Pinterest account? Can you see my page?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I've had Pinterest, by the way, before I ever had Facebook and ever had Instagram. And I do have 10,000 followers on Pinterest. I actually used to have 20,000. But Pinterest made some changes to their board, which took away I took away some of my followers, not realizing with their changes. So I'm just going to go down to dollhouses.
How do you get?
I have a total of 146 followers, and I've been doing it forever.
Okay, 1 second. Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
What did you click to see everything that you've saved?
Oh, let me go back. So you get on the top of your, let me go back one more. So this is my page on Pinterest.
Okay.
Again, called So Many Projects. And there's 2 buttons here. One is created and one is saved. So these are right now it's on saved, but if I clicked on created, it just shows you my work. Okay.
Right, but you click on your picture in the upper right and go to your profile to get to your.
And so when I click here and click saved, then these are all the boards I've created with time. Okay. So if I clicked on book nooks as an example here, and these are all the book nooks from different people that I've saved, and I click on that one. And let's say if I like that, I like to save that picture for later. You see the three dots again?
Yeah.
Click on the three dots and download the image.
Oh, so it's only once you've saved it that you can download the image. If you go to a new picture, can you do that? Can you search?
Let me try that. Good point.
No,
Search.
if you just go out and search, you can right click, but many of them nowadays are going to be a format that's not just, you can't save and keep them. They're just going to take you right back to online.
Okay, can I just see? Yeah, can you just go to a general?
Yeah, I'm just going to go to my feed here. Just. Sorry. Go to my home feed. Here we are. Sorry. So this is just the feed again. Same timeline like we saw for Facebook and Instagram. This is the same thing that comes up here. So if I like the picture of these hydrangeas, instead of saving them, I can go to the three dots and I can download the image.
Or just right click on the hydrangeas themselves.
And you can do it there too. Yeah.
Save image as. And that will also tell you what type of image it is. Go ahead and try to see that one.
So it's right a JPEG.
There, it's telling you it's a JPEG. But now go ahead and do a back arrow and go to the cute little house that was on your screen.
Oh.
So close that one and then
close your folder first.
Yeah, cancel that. Back arrow. Up a little bit higher. There was a clip art. Adorable house. Right click on that one.
Right?
This one here?
No, it's a adorable cottage.
Down one.
Between next to the bicycle.
Oh, okay. Yes, the clip art here. Okay, sorry.
So now right click on that image and do save image as.
And that's a JPEG.
Oh, it is a JPEG. Oh, cool. You want to save that one and send that to me? That's adorable. No, okay.
Oh, well done, Laura.
Lots of times what you're going to do is you're going to see it's a web P. And a web P or an AVIF. If you save them, you can still save them. And it's great if you just want to look at them again, because when you double click on them on your computer, they're going to just open up online again. But if you wanted to save it because you want to, do something else with it, I use things as inspiration for making miniatures.
Yeah, I was just trying to find you another one here.
Then you want to do a clip.
Yeah, no, they're still the same.
Yeah, it's not always.
Yeah, always. Yeah, no, they're all.
On Pinterest,
on
Pinterest, they're often actually JPEG.
Yeah, I use Pinterest as my idea board. So if I go back to my profile again, and my boards, this is I have a ton of miniature boards here, and I first got Pinterest.
I know. Did you love all the AIM magazines?
Yeah, I have them all there. Yeah. But I first got Pinterest when the company I was working for was going to start their first Facebook page. And my background's interior design, and I haven't worked in interior design for over 20 years. But at the time they came to me and said it was a chain of furniture stores I worked for at that time. And they want on their Facebook page, they were going to do a weekly post about some design tip. And they told me, well, why don't you write the design tip? And, I hadn't been a designer in years. So I started saving ideas on Pinterest. And then the marketing manager at that company was leaving, and they put the Facebook page on hold for a while. So I never looked back at Pinterest for a couple of months until they had somebody else in place. And when I did, I came back, I had 1,000 followers. And I did, I was shocked, right? So then I started using it for my miniatures and started saving them for that. And it grew to 20,000 followers. The problem I ran into, and I can show it to you here.
And then Wanda, I have a question when you're talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just want to give you one example where I ran into a problem. Pinterest gave you the option of building subgroups. You see these up here are my subgroups. So I started organizing everything. The person in me, the organizer window. So I started organizing all the kitchen miniatures and all the outside miniatures, all the bedroom miniatures together. But I didn't realize that when I I got that picture because I was following it from somebody, and somebody else might have been following me on it. When I moved the picture to another folder, I broke the link on the follower.
Mm-hmm.
So as I'm organizing all my pictures, I didn't realize that I was basically knocking out all these followers. And so and at the end, it was, for me, it was never ever about the number of followers. It was about me saving ideas. And so I didn't really care in the end. So I cut my number of followers in half.
Okay, Wanda, can I take you back to the save downloading? I tried it on my iPad and it doesn't work. So could you go back?
Okay. I'd have to be on an iPad probably
Yeah,
too.
I
don't know
can. When you're dealing with iPads, you're dealing with Mac stuff. So you're gonna have to have somebody.
1 second. I want to see if you could try it and if the same thing happens. Can you try it for me? Can you go on to
Yeah.
a picture? I don't know. I just
On Pinterest or on
the pin on the Pinterest. How do I? Yeah, there you go. Okay. Okay, so click
So
not
if I
one of
go-
yours. Take a pin. Take another pin. Take a
and you don't
random. Yeah,
So
do
are
that
you in the Pinterest app or are you on Safari on your iPad?
in the app. In the app.
Okay. Can I close out of this session and come back in on my iPad and we'll walk it through that way?
Right, but I want to just see what happens here. Can you try it? Can you click on there? On the 3 dots.
Okay.
Download image. Click it. Oh. Okay.
It's gonna
So let's
download
do
it on the PC.
Okay, and that's
Again,
on a computer. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. So on your iPad, it should be downloading it to your picture folder. Your
No, it does. It doesn't. It
Okay,
from
The
the
downloads folder.
I'm just going to grab
It-
my iPad here for a second, which is
Well,
sitting under my laptop.
It
Yeah,
might
what-
download into the download folder.
Well,
no,
it's
it
not
down-
that. She's dealing with the app, and you're now dealing with a totally different program. You're not dealing with a browser anymore. You're dealing with an application.
so
and
let me
that's
try
running
the
on
browser.
your computer.
So I'm just doing it on my iPad here now. I'm clicking on those same 3 dots. The download image is happening. And then a box is popping up and it wants to know where I want to save it to. So are
you
you
can-
seeing that box pop up on yours?
No, it asks me if I want to save it or send it,
So but there should be a red save button there.
and that goes into your Pinterest, not into your own
Oh
images.
yeah, it does. Yeah, it goes into your Pinterest.
And when you send it, you don't send the picture, you send the link.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
So I want to try,
But I don't know if it's going to let you go to Pinterest on a tablet. It's probably going to force you to do. I could never do it on my tablet. It wants you to use the app, but there's a lot of things that are set up for mobile that just so different.
Yeah, I'm just looking through it here and it doesn't seem to want to save it to the pictures. I'm trying everything here.
no, I'm doing it on Safari, on Chrome.
Yeah, I'm on. Oh, okay.
I'm going to try one.
Just try it in Safari. Open
Yeah.
Pinterest in
Yeah.
Safari.
I'm trying to right now. Pick one.
So sometimes a workaround, if you can't do it using the app, is to go to the actual
Yeah, you're right.
website. Go to the actual website
Yeah, the website lets you do it.
and it'll let you do it. Or
Yeah.
if you need to take a picture and you just want to take the picture, you can just take the picture with your iPad by using, if you have the indentation button and your on
Yes,
and
that's
off
what I've done.
button,
Yes.
you can press that and it'll automatically change that picture to a PNG.
Yeah.
a lot of
PNG or
times.
JPEG? I don't want a PNG.
It doesn't matter if you have a PNG or a JPEG if you're just saving the picture to your pictures.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
The main difference between a PNG and a JPEG file is that the PNG will separate the background from the picture. So if you don't need that background, the PNG
Yeah.
you can separate the two.
Very useful for cards and things.
Yeah.
But
So
otherwise,
you know how sometimes when you go up on a web page and it's just got an item and there's nothing around it, it just blends in with the background. That's what she's talking about. It's called transparent background.
Yeah. You can do it on most of the things on your iPhone. If you hold your finger, say if you had a picture of a person on your iPhone.
yeah.
I don't know if you can see my iPhone here. If I hold it up this way.
Yeah, it's kind of washed out.
Trying to get a clear picture of a person's face there. It's a picture of my husband at his golfing game, okay? If I click and hold him, see I can move him around.
No way, really?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
But you got the missing bit in the background, unfortunately.
Yeah. See the background's gone. Even the pole is gone. He's holding. See?
So Wanda, what iPhone do
That's
you
any
have now?
picture on an iPhone?
On an Apple iPhone, yeah.
What
Yeah, but what
model do you have
Sorry,
now?
but Shell is trying to ask something, you guys.
What model do you have, Wanda? Is it a 10?
No, it's not a 10. This is a work phone, so they wouldn't give me the latest. I know.
The latest is a 10.
Mm.
The latest is a
It's not.
15.
It's not a 10 by no means.
Okay, because
Yeah.
if you got to make sure that you have all your updates and everything, so that you won't lose any accessibilities when you're doing things like that with your iPhones. That's really important, because if not, you'll find yourself having some problems faster than you would probably on a PC. Apple will it'll just not be, it'll be more frustrating for you if make sure you got your updates first.
Yeah.
And
I'm
then,
not as used to an Apple product, like say, other than the phone and the iPad, but I've never used a Mac computer.
I had to support it. That's why I automatically said on a PC.
yeah, I go between both. I use both of them all day, quite often. And there are just certain things that are just easier to do on some devices than it would be on others. Like, I have Instagram on my phone as well as on my tablet. They give you, because it's a mobile app, it can give you two different looks. You can have access to certain hyperlinks on your phone that you don't see on your app, almost like Zoom, really almost like all of the apps that you may use. You'll see that things that you can see on your phone, you may not be able to see or find as easily if you're using your tablet or if you're using your computer. So I would just say, if you have a device that you want to use the most for Instagram, try to stick with that device as much as you can, so that it won't be so frustrating to you when you're trying to do things, because it can frustrate you if you're trying to look for something or do something and you're like, oh my God, how do I do this? And a lot of times the workarounds will be to just go to the actual website and try to do it that way and sign in that way. That's sometimes a lot less complicated, because the app won't give you that that immediate link or that immediate section or whatever you're looking for. It might not give that to you.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, when you do updates though, it can radically change things that you're already used to. Just keep that in mind when you're dealing with updates. Sometimes you might want to check into them further before you update it, or you might be for a surprise.
My
Yeah, no, I
machine's a bit of
agree.
a hybrid, and if I daren't update it, otherwise it'll alter all the settings and everything.
Yeah, and if your
I'm a bit
iPad or iPhone,
I'm a
Oh,
bit
sorry.
disappointed. Did you say that Instagram you can't enlarge the photographs?
no,
And I rely on that to be able to
Yeah.
see them.
yeah.
Ah,
The only thing you
darn
can
it.
do, if I go back to my iPad, I have an iPad Pro, so it's huge. But if
It is
I,
huge.
well, oh yeah, it's as big as my laptop screen. So if I look at if I show you here, how small the pictures are, it might be a bit blurry. But if I rotate the iPad,
You can get a bigger shot that way
you get a
around.
bigger shot. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Which
the
of course
only way.
I can't do with a laptop. Well, I could,
Yeah.
but it would
Yeah.
be interesting.
But that's the only way you can get it bigger. And like I say, you can use the snippet tool and snip the picture.
I don't
and then-
have one of those. Unfortunately, my version of Windows doesn't carry it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She has a
Snippet
modified
is my
version.
friend.
Yeah, she has a modified version so she can keep older programs because she knows where things are on it.
Yeah, I have to rely on memory to work half these programs, and so my kind little man has come and made me up programs I can work. So doesn't help if
Wow.
they don't do what I want them to. Anyway,
I can
thank
enlarge.
you very much.
I can enlarge stuff on my screen by doing control and scrolling my mouse.
Yes.
Would that
Yeah.
work on that screen as well?
It works on my computer screen.
You should be able to do that, Rusty, with yours too.
Yeah.
That's inherent in Windows, and it was brought in a long time ago. So I do
Yeah.
know that it was available on Windows 8.
Yeah, I mean, well, yes, we weren't talking about that particularly. What were we talking about? I've forgotten now. It's getting
You hold
tired.
the control key, and,
Yeah.
and you can move the wheel on your mouse up or down, and
Mm.
it'll make the picture bigger or smaller.
Mm.
I know
But
you and I did that before.
Didn't you say that Instagram you can't do that?
No,
You
no, no,
can't click
no.
the
He's
picture.
talking about clicking on a link because there's no link.
Can I show you here? I just did what Laura said. Let me share my screen again.
And whoever brought that up, that was a really, really good point to bring up for people because a lot of people don't know that.
Well, I
So
just
this is
learned it recently and I love it. And
Well,
then
the very first time I did it accidentally on a customer's computer and blew up their icon to the whole size of their monitor. And I had to learn very quickly about that to
How to
figure
get it back again as well.
Yeah. This is Instagram as it regularly looks. Another thing you can do, the three dots that are up in the top right corner, click on that and you see the zoom button there. Right now it's at 100%, and you can just start clicking there. And
oh yeah.
the point is you get it outside of the box as well, but you can do that.
Oh, so you can do that. So there are ways of doing it. They're lovely. That's all I want to know. Thank you very much indeed. I've got to go to bed, girls, because it's 1:30 in the morning and I can't get
Oh,
into
yes. All right.
Okay, girls. Thank you ever
Okay.
so much. I'm so pleased. Thank you very much indeed for all I've learned. It's very kind of you.
Hey, Rusty,
problem.
let me know if
Yes.
you want to do a Zoom sometime and we can go over that stuff. On my
Oh,
Zoom.
lovely.
Okay.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you, dear.
Anytime.
Right.
See you, Rusty.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much indeed. It's very patient of you. I only could find the red bits. That
Yeah, the red button.
She found it.
Well, there's a bunch of us that we really like it because when Jackie just closes it out, we don't have to worry about how to leave.
Time we discussed on Zooms about photos and how to take them in all, or doing a tutorial type thing or something. Would anyone be interested in doing that if we can find someone who can do it? To show us,
take photos or edit photos? What are you looking to do?
take the photos where they're the right whatevers to go onto Instagram and Facebook and these things?
Oh, so
I'm
really,
not a
though, you're talking
photographer,
about
so-
converting them, because pretty much whatever you use to take them, so like my iPhone, because my iPhone does stay updated, it does it in a format I can't use anywhere else because it's an Apple format. So I have to convert every picture before I can use it for anywhere else. So it's probably more of a how to convert pictures.
Well, on the different devices, however, because I don't know
So,
that about it,
Were
but
you saying convert or edit?
how to take a photo on your device that is right for Instagram or whatever.
You can't. You have to take whatever kind of picture your device will take. So, you know, if you take it on a Windows, it's going to default to a PNG. And my iPhone, it's an HEIC. But again, you can take any kind of picture out there and convert it using different programs. I mean, one of the ones I like is View, and I think it's still free out there.
Well, Laura, every picture I take on my iPad, on my iPhone, is a JPEG. I just plug in my phone to my computer and drag them over. They're all JPEGs.
I was going to say,
mine.
I can do that. I make pictures with my iPad, whether they're screenshots or you know, I take them with the iPad like a camera, and whatever they do with them, I don't know. I don't know enough about it, but it posts in Facebook, it posts in Instagram, and I don't have to do a single thing. I don't have to change them in any way. They just convert to whatever they need to go on to Facebook, and they go on to Instagram.
It sounds like in your settings, Laura, that you have it set up for some type of
No, it's my
file
iCloud.
format.
In order to get them from my phone, they're on my iCloud photos.
Yeah.
And they used to, on my old iPhones, they always came in as JPEGs. But since I went to a newer iPhone, they only come in as the higher format thing that's a pain in the butt. And
Yeah,
now
but you can
stopped being
change
a pain.
that. You can change that. I had that when I got this phone here, that they were coming in as a, I think a JI something. I can't remember what it was, but I just had to go into the settings and change it. I just Googled it and it showed me where to change it, and I changed it.
Okay, I'll check again. Believe me, I've been Googling everything about it lately because it stopped even moving him from my iPhone. So just out of the blue.
Yeah, no, I've ran into it because I do a lot of genealogy work, and I was saving pictures, you know, people, and it was coming into this weird format all of a sudden, and the genealogy program wouldn't take the format, and I couldn't figure out what was happening. But I Googled it and just got it to use JPEG as the default, and it saves everything as JPEGs.
Well, I'll check it again because I looked at everything I read online, and every place I went in to change it, it just won't let me change it.
Yeah, it's weird.
And you can't change it from the C drive either, which is a pain in the butt.
Interesting.
Apple just won't let you do anything but your C drive. And I have a PC that's set up so my C drive is just my operating system and my programs, and my D drive is where I keep all my data. So it's a real pain. So
is there no way to tell people what to do and how to do it, or what?
I was just looking back at it when I ran into it to see, like I said, it only came out with a recent update, and that was when I first noticed it. It was saving everything as I was trying to find the name of the file. It was really weird. I had never seen it before.
All I was asking was, if you're talking about converting, then yes, then that's just going ahead and like she said, using Paint or some other program and you take the file in there and then you save as and you save
No,
as.
no, 1 second. We're talking about showing, not just telling. That was the whole point.
I know, but that's what I'm just saying is she's just looking for somebody to show people how to convert the type of file. That's what you're really.
No, we were looking at somebody to do host a workshop on or create shares on how to do just do photography for how to take a picture, how to send a picture properly. Like a lot of people have a tendency to reduce the resolution when they're emailing pictures, and how to take a proper picture of a miniature and how to share that picture
in the right whatevers to
Yeah.
go onto Instagram or Facebook or whatever.
Well, right now I'm looking in my iPad in settings and I'm looking under photos, and down at the bottom, there is a little blurb that says transfer to Mac or PC. Use automatic or keep originals. And then it explains it underneath saying it automatically transfers photos and videos in a compatible format, or always transfers the original file without checking for compatibility. I have a choice to do that. It's automatic or I keep the originals. That's part of in the settings on my iPad. And this is an older iPad. This is not the new one I'm looking at y'all on. I'm looking on a Pro right here, but this is on the Air.
And that makes a difference also because like I have all my Apple products are different. My phone is the most recent. And if you only have the other thing you have to be really careful about is understanding how much data space you have. A lot of the earlier iPads, they only went, the highest that they might have gone is maybe 128, which, if you've taken a lot of pictures and videos, that can eat up a lot of your data. You need to, you really need to know your device. And that's probably going to be the first thing. Same thing with Windows. You have to know how much space you have. And if you don't have the space, then you'll need to buy external memory sticks or drives so that you can have space to move things onto, or more space even as a cloud service to move things in the cloud. So when you do see something or when you want to see something, that you have the room for it. The one thing I can tell you about space is videos take up the most data on any of your devices. They take up the most of your space. So if you're doing videos of any kind, that eats up your space faster than you just taking pictures. Pictures is the second thing that eats up your space the most. Then after you take your pictures, then music is the next thing that eats up space. And then after that, actual data, like if you have a Word document or something that has any text on it, that's the last thing. So when you're doing Instagram and you want to put up videos, that can take up, if you only have like on my iPhone, I have 512 gigabytes of data. That's a lot. That's a lot. But I've already used close to 250 already. But I have a lot of videos and I have a lot of pictures as well as music and data. So that's just on my iPhone. On my computer, I have what is called a 1 TB, which is a terabyte of, which is a lot. But they now have things out there that go up to like 4 or 5 for storage.
8 of it. They have 8 of it.
Okay. So again, you have to be sure that one, your devices can take the amount of video or pictures or video and pictures and music that you want to keep with you, as well as you still have room to be able to bring in more information, you know, take more data or take more video. Is the next thing you'll run into, and I'm sure everybody has run into that, you'll get this pop-up message that says, you don't have enough room. You don't have enough room. And that's more frustrating too, because now you have to figure out, okay, what do I need to get rid of, or what do I need to move around? And so I would think first, Marcia, maybe everybody has to understand what their device, you know, has as capacity. And you usually will find those answers if you look at on the Apple, if you go into your general settings, and then you go into your settings and then go down to general and go to where about is, that will let you know everything you need to know about your iPhone. It'll let you know the last time you updated it, what your iOS update version is. It'll let you know what your IMEI, if you have it, if you're using your phone, what that is, all those things that a technician would ask you. If you have a PC, you need to go into your control settings. And also, I believe you should be able to go into about there, or go into, it may say something like Windows General, something to that nature, depending on what you're using, who you're using, Dell, HP. They can be a little bit different, but it should be in that area, and it'll tell you what type of computer you have, how much data you have, possibly even how it might show you how much you've used. So those are things, you know, that you'll need to know.
What Wanda has said is the resolution or whatever sometimes is not as good as it should be for Instagram or Facebook.
Right.
All I want to know is how to get a picture that's correct to send to Instagram or whatever.
The correct
If it already
resolution
starts
and the
off
correct
too
format, yeah.
If it already starts off too small, you can't make it bigger. So
Right.
the trick is taking the photograph in the first place in the highest resolution, right? So you can make something that's big smaller, but you can't make something that's small.
Wow.
You can't bring it back. So you got to start from the camera stage. So whether you're taking it with your phone or taking it with a regular camera, whatever, regular digital camera, that's where you have to start with a good resolution.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the part where you got to know your device. And if your device is a 350 by 1450, you know, I can't remember how it goes, but it's pixels per inch, basically. And I can't remember how it goes. If that first number is higher and the second number is lower, that's a better resolution. Right now
Right, but
kind of throwing me off.
Just so you know, Sal, a lot of the terms you're saying I understand fully, but it's going to be Greek to a lot of these people.
Yeah, but
you got to keep it simple. You got to keep it simple.
And I do understand that, but it's
right,
just
but they're looking for somebody to sign up to do that class. Is what they're looking.
And all I'm saying is, it's just trying to understand, even if they sign up for the class, to have whatever information by you, so if they ask, if someone who's teaching the class will probably ask, like I just asked, what type of phone do you have? Do you have an iPhone 8? Do you have an iPhone 7? Do you have an iPhone 10? Because all of those different,
they're going to be different.
Yeah, but I think you're talking about total capacity, and we're not talking about total capacity. We're just talking about that one image.
Yeah, taking a picture.
You know, and I think we're getting caught up in how many pictures you want, but we're just talking about how do you take that one picture in such a way and then get it to somebody else in such a way without losing the resolution of it.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm also like Rusty. I'm on another time zone here.
I know.
One all by myself,
Well,
and I got to work
thank
in
you
the
so
morning.
much. You
Thank you,
taught
Wanda.
you taught so much, and you were so great. And like I said, you know, you were really careful on the